OWUSU made the part 1 of this video, bro, last Monday. We the part 2. So when you have part 1 now you check YouTube video description. I said, now go part 1. And I know about here. We start every baby about Kunisi na. Yes, Shasi.
Another big problem is that of poor drainage in our towns and cities, which leads to flooding during the rainy season. Then there's the serious problem of sea erosion along the coast that endangers the lives of our coastal people. It is time to deal with these long-term problems and find long-lasting solutions, and we're doing just that.
President, so many normal Guaquemua or Moye, our best opposite Anomanina. Even so, then that will help a lot of people.
Mr. Speaker, considering how often Ghana is in the news, usually for good reasons.
Okay, you know this is laughable. I'm not doing the laughing. Nane's own wife is doing the laughing. Watch.
Usually for good reasons. We have not been...
That tells you it's just not true.
We have not been able to attract as many visitors to our country as we should.
So Ghana will use them for good reasons, and then you didn't to me attractive visitors.
We're making a special effort from now onwards to attract tourists into our country.
As you should, because Ghana, we've got a lot to offer the world too.
In response to this proclamation, some 70 African-American Hollywood celebrities visited Ghana over the Christmas in December 2018. The year-long campaign, being coordinated by the Ghana Tourism Authority, is expected to increase arrivals considerably.
Oh my goodness. Nanado, such speech pathway, and you're on a tray. When I say American celebrities, you are bound to have more visitors come to your country considerably. It's about the image now you projected to the world. The other chairman for say, and chairman for Ghana, way. No one is coming. See, I can't say President Kagame, I Rwanda year to say Europa. You hear that? Oh, near my is in a city. That gives you a reason to visit that country. See, I can't say Ghana. Nothing is new. DNT new panemra. So bet Makoba before fra. If you can find solutions to this type of problems and this type of questions, and no nebet my boy, I'm nipa, mama be visit Ghana, I'm tourism, across Ghana. Now, yes, American celebrities are back Ghana internet say we are about to succeed.
We have castles and forts, we have waterfalls and dramatic mountain ranges, we have breathtaking beaches and historical sites that reduce visitors to strong emotions. But it is the people of Ghana and our welcome attitude that are the strongest attractions to visitors.
And I wait here, Bobium. Nana says, Oshia visitor, Oshia who be a Kroma. A young man was saying, this Oshia visitor be a saying, yeah, to send you fear by Pamona.
We should never forget that we all have a responsibility to make visitors to our country feel welcome. In this year of return, when we have invited the world to visit, I would urge each one of us to make a special effort to make a visit to our country a memorable one. Our music, our foods, our clothes, and the quintessential Akwaaba smile will make a visitor to our country come back again and again.
Bibi to say your DNA, your lifestyle, your nyom. But I want you some the mama for. And yes, so be a me repeat it. And yes, so be a body black nyom. Actually, who be a. Ya yeti kronum kura yeti kura ya biafa. Now
But there are things that many of us do that will put off any visitor from visiting our country, no matter how attractive the geography or the history might be. I refer especially to some of our sanitation habits.
Nanazi fina ye wo krom no yenyai. Ukuta roba memfa nto fom. So who so be the roba to fom a bobo no bibia ba kene de Japan betua.
The littering habit seems to be more predominant in the cities and urban areas. Last year, I reiterated before you my pledge of improving sanitation in the country and making Accra the cleanest city in Africa by the end of my term. In 2019, we intend to use the bylaws to enforce cleanliness. The Ministry of Justice and the Ministry of Sanitation are working together to try sanitation offenses. People who litter would be tried and punished, and so would those who steal litter bins from our streets.
Kind of cases, no. This is we krom fi na ye chewa. Ya do be court. Ya be boka. Wan hwe kura be sia kodam. Nti ne jai krom fi ye. Eno no be boa ma Ghana aye clean. Because we ba brochire a. Wo de car tie keke kokofa techem. Na so the back to the road. Police for chiwa ye ma fine. Yeah, wo dia techewa be se kwan no so. Ye ma fine. Eno ka ho na ma brochire kwan so ye clean za no. Trata teche no de nam ka kwan so no wa se kwan no so nyina. Nti se Ghana etimi implement no ma bi sa.
Mr. Speaker, it is unfortunate that in 2019 we'll still have to revisit this topic. But open defecation cannot be a characteristic of a country.
Hey, Naneka, more money to Guanjano, and your guy, more money walk and your guy, politician niggas, and your guy, Mujai, Nanasio Mochewa, Ubete Odri, as a Mujai, because.
And Fataye.
Thank you.
To reduce government's expenditure on utilities and also promote the use of solar power for government and public buildings, the Ministry of Energy initiated the solar rooftop program. The ministry is leading by example with the installation of a 65-kilowatt solar rooftop system at its premises. Jubilee House, Mr. Speaker, will also be powered as from August this year by solar energy.
Hey, Nancy Ghana Public Services, ever best at use solar energy, solar technology, their power or more buildings, starting from even Jubilee House, which is a good thing. So almost started their implementation, it will cost a whole lot of money. But the long run, no, and after so public offices, electrical bills, from. You know, the plan say Ghana didn't honor. It looks promising.
There's been good news, Mr. Speaker, with the recent announcement by AKUA Energy of one of the biggest oil finds in Africa. Mr. Speaker, this has led me to think that an MPP government must be good for Ghana.
President Mahama, he just said that to spoil John Mahama.
We're put in place the mechanisms to train young entrepreneurs and to help establish businesses with a stimulus package to expand their companies. This is designed to help grow and expand their businesses and will create about 30,000 direct jobs. 18,000 jobs have already been created under this program. Businesses which benefited included agro-business and agro-processing.
President of the nation, State of the Nation address. Now we no make phone call just a president nekano. Who phone call ni here channel. We dey no betting so babetina radio so anano be ya be some meswa.
The one district, one factory policy has taken off, and 79 factories under the scheme are at various stages of operation or construction.
So which is which? In operation or construction? Mesensene banchi de ba besi jaso. That's construction. Mi di fufu no. That's operation in progress. It's not the same thing. And we're going fast or combining them, no. That's one of the tricks politicians use. They make things bigger than it actually is. It could be say 1 in operation, 7 to 8 in construction, or combining them, no can't only tranchiro, but on kind of question.
The banking sector has gone through what can only be described as a traumatic upheaval.
Nana, you are being too nice. The banking sector is a pile of shit right now.
The woes of the banking sector have also been a case of long-standing bad practices that was previously been able to deal with, which we're now having to deal with in the most painful manner. The cleanup has cost the National Treasury 12.7 billion cedis, money we can ill afford, but which was necessary to sanitize the sector, minimize job losses, and protect deposits of 1,147,336 Ghanaians and their businesses and the people they employed.
Or kasa about the Ghana banking systems as it is now. And you don't even need me to explain it to you. Apparently, Omo spent 12.7 billion cedis. Some of the problems that banks in face, Omo they are solved. 12.7 billion cedis later, the banks are still not doing any good. Bank situation when you're not fault. Banks and penny for another banks now. Omo binum.
While I'm on the subject of rogue activities in the banking sector, this is probably the time to mention the men's gold debacle.
Men's gold customers a room also.
This is a tragic phenomenon that appears to have occurred in plain sight and affected a lot of people in spite of warnings from official institutions.
The president used the word tragic phenomenon, plain sight. Anyone him say he is talking about a serious corruption that they didn't even know about. Of course, my cover men's gold story in the past, telling you just that.
As the authorities try to unravel the intricacies of what happened,
Nana, there is nothing left to unravel. Authorities here who can share, jam. So what is left to unravel? Ebia raveling now can you say more ravel among scam? Yeah, that ravel will be any better.
I admonish all Ghanaians to learn the necessary lessons for the future, even as state institutions work to bring a resolution to the matter, and those who are seen to indulge in criminal activities are brought to justice.
Okay, Nana's museum lesson from some men's gold saga way. Now, or more would differ was asking way, they will be brought to justice. Justice, huh? Okay.
Last week, I inaugurated the Presidential Financial Stability Advisory Council, an interinstitutional consultative coordination body which groups together all the regulators of our financial system and whose purpose is to advise the President on the measures to be taken to preserve the stability of the financial system. The existence of such a body would have forestalled the emergence of the men's gold saga and will make it difficult in future for any such scheme to get off the ground.
Okay, so my critical bia. Ebe no me first kasem ho e wa Ghana se ba banks microfinance ne yakeka ho na. So bi bana ne hu twa corrector. Na so be start so ba be dupu amanfo a. Omo be shutting it down before crash will be drew baby. That for me sounds like a good solution to this problem.
The ban on small-scale mining has now been lifted, but not on galamsey. But the battle against galamsey is nowhere near being won yet, and I appeal to all citizens to be part of the battle to keep our lands and water bodies safe.
Small-scale mining, no more ya more license so to gold ni yakeka ho no. Ya ban o munyina, but since some man left ban from a more license ne so. Galamsey there still remains banned because nsuoni asase o ma say ni easy. Announce so the new yaba. It is up menya ho ya. Let me know in the comments.
With an estimated 2,500 jobs to be created, OWUSU is being brought back to life again. And this time round, under the new management of AngloGold Ashanti, the development of OWUSU will reflect the wealth its soil produces, like its other counterparts in other mining cities around the world.
Which was an any upgrade when the campaign promises in this one. So I see our Baba deliver the campaign promise or more OWUSU for. Dear, none ye, because my call OWUSU once. The town and look to say Kura you to go to free. Nana, Maninya go to Kuro.
The Speaker, the security services are at the forefront of keeping us and our nation safe. Let me pay homage to the men and women of the services for the sterling work that they do. The Ghana Armed Forces, in collaboration with the police and other security agencies, have been in operations Calm Life, Cowleg, Halt, Conquered Fist, Congon, Citadel, Ahojo, and Vanguard. I echo to you, men and women of the armed forces. Ghana is proud of you. Your hard work is contributing to making our nation a safe place.
Police, soldiers, customs, and your mom kick home. Or more young. So when you are, one a baby home by, just say, your friend Juman Casa. But the toda, you trouble on one casa because a little portion of them, I say the majority of them, dear who Bebrena is corrupt. By Champana, Bebrena Yejuma, they are born my Ghana. Either way, we thank them for their services.
Mr. Speaker, we all await the special prosecutor to start his work.
I beg your pardon, wait. 2 years into the job, Onya started a Jumano. And I never know Martina Midunia can answer me.
It is in everybody's interest that we know that any accusations of corruption in public office will be vigorously investigated and prosecuted if the prima facie evidence is there. This should be an essential feature of the governance culture of our country. For myself, I know the special prosecutor to be a responsible public official who will act when he is ready.
When he is ready. Oh, okay, I didn't know. Yafa wajumam, yetua oka. 2 years into the job, unyanye ready. Until we are ready, now be acting. If that same principle is used at any job, you'll be fired. Imagine the president who for the boss knows you. Yet my boss 2 years, me ready, I'm acting. The guy handpicked to put corrupt people like Kusimensa Capito in prison is not ready. When will he be ready though?
Our roads inside the country and those leading out to our neighboring countries have been in a dreadful state for a long time.
Oh, Timunim Sakwanenye. Where the Akra president fought because of Nipa where you are more naso. If those people fail to do their job, it makes the president look bad. Because president, quiet that chara or nim chara or quiet that ho. It is a quiet business of mania. Instead of saying you be blame the right people, you nimum. So who do we blame? The president of Ghana. Your mom with this Ghana president, Chamo or Musa Monfanya Quay or Monfanya Saquano. Omo, and yes, you jelly or munina. But Nipan called you on Melcon ready.
Everybody has by now heard about the arrangements we have made with the Chinese company Sino-Hadro. And it is a matter of great relief to me that I'm able to say that work will now be starting on the roads that have been designated to be part of that project.
Okay, now the Kwan say I'm a Chinese company. China people. Because when you say road contractors are Ghana dorsum. But say the money less than 2 years, was a Kwan or my brand new no. Kwan in a statute to. Who do I be there? Kwan bones a quotal and Nanyama, Kwan and Cassa Wurafum. Eh? Young umpire, young hope said these China people. Emma made the same thing.
Apart from all the investments being made, the government is committing an extra $1 billion United States dollars to the development of the new railway network.
I really don't like this. Ghana, cities, US, dollars. We are talking about projects in Ghana with no relation to the United States. Everyone can see the cities in Aberdeen, not switch it back to dollars.
There are 1,200,000 registered and verified addresses through the National Digital Property Addressing System. In other words, we've joined the modern world, gradually leaving the right turn at the blue kiosk and opposite the coffee broke man seller behind us.
Look at that! Nana is even cracking jokes. Coffee broke mine, aka Capito. Onika pre.
People are able to renew their national health insurance cards in minutes in the comfort of their own homes. You can now renew your driving license and register a car in half an hour. Register your business online and acquire a passport in a week without any of the difficulties that used to come with trying to get any of these things done.
Okay, many baby, time our cancer answer because when him say all the technological advancements, Ghana normal easy amobia. Utim renew health insurance cards utim register company utim register car in 30 minutes, renew driver's license 30 minutes, passport in a week. That's just incredible.
The national identification card, the Ghana card, has been issued to people in government departments and members of the security service, and this year the rest of the population will be registered and receive their cards.
Ghana card na surprises you be about benyabi by the end of the year.
The time has come to put an end to the phenomenon of politically related violence.
Fantastic, because dying by politics is the most stupid death there is. Nti abusuya made ni politics sechi nkonko wu nkwasi ewu. Because the president of the political party ni could win now. Ade chair the fufuro besiso. Preserve your life is very important. Your life matters too much to waste it on politics.
The events of last Monday in Kumasi were a meeting of the national regional executives of the opposition National Democratic Congress was broken up by acts of violence. I want to use the platform of this message to make a sincere, passionate appeal to the leaders of the two main political parties in our country, MPP and NDC.
Okay, Nana will free the one say or no leader of MPP Nana. And now no about the pili to know. As our talk to know in the third person.
To come together to agree on appropriate measures to bring an end to this worrying and unacceptable phenomenon of vigilantism in our body politic.
Only President Mahama Ekwa Kotra say hwekoyo mbefa so mbetime disband o mbetime gu sa kuokuo na enam so masa no mono we nyina sisi no because your police your military ntini say who here security for your meeting na dey jaw yusu am rather than creating your own security groups.
If voluntary disbandment by the parties is not feasible, then I will initiate legislation in the matter.
Now, so I'm into an agreement. Now, you one can be shutting down because he is the president and he can do whatever he wants. And that's a very good decision.
We have our challenges, but our nation is in good health. I thank you for your attention. May God bless our nation.
Good health? I don't think so. But it's getting better. Said Nana and Nkofobet Maya no more Babakanye mu half crowd before his term ends. That will be massive for Ghana. It will put Ghana on a very good scale and we will have an okay Ghana. OWUSU, that's it for this episode. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Till we meet again. Take care.